implementation of the multiple regression, and that is also known as the multiple linear regression. When talking about the linear regression, so what is the mean by the linear regression? In the linear regression, we have only the one independent variable and one dependent variable. So we can say the dependent variable is depend on the independent variable. In the linear regression, we have only one independent and one dependent. But when talking about the multiple regression, so what do you mean by the multiple regression? So as we know, multiple linear regression basically simply also known as the multiple regression. So we will implement the program followed by the multiple approach of the linear in the linearity way. So it is basically what? It is a statistical technique, and that is followed by the basic linear regression, and that is especially used to the several explanatory variable, and these explanatory variables are also known as the independent variables. And the outcome will be represented by the response variable. So response variable we can say it is also known as the dependent variable. So theoretically, as we know what is mean by the multiple regression, so I'm just speaking something here about the multiple regression, then you can understand. Multiple regression is basically like a linear regression, but with more than one independent variable. So we can say values. So meaning that we can say we need to try to understand the, or we need to try to predict the some value from the two and more variables. So what are the two and more variables? Those are the independent variables. So we have the multiple independent variable. From the multiple independent variable, we need to decide the our prediction, and that is what we have the dependence. So dependent variable is depend on the multiple independent variable, and this is the idea about the multiple linear regression. Now is it clear to all right now? Tell me, is it clear? The definition is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Any student who have any doubt in this definition part, you can ask me right now. No doubt. Then shall I move to the next part, that is of code?
वापिस बताओ सर मल्टीपल इंटीग्रेशन
Yes, tell me.
सर प्लीज रिपीट नो
See, in the multiple regression, what is mean by the multiple regression? I am speaking once again. Multiple regression means multiple linear regression. In the multiple linear regression, what we are doing, we are following the multiple independent variable. So in the multiple linear regression or multiple regression, we have the more than one independent variable, and that is known as the explanatory variable, and that is also known as the independent variable. From the multiple independent variable, we decide the predict, and prediction can be done by the dependent variable only. So ultimately what we need to say, we can say in the linear regression we have one independent and one dependent. So dependent variable is depend on the only single and one independent variable. But in the multiple independent or multiple linear regression, what we are doing, what we are observing the thing, that is dependent variable is depend on the more than one independent variable. This is my point. Okay, this is my point. Now is it clear to right now? The definition is clear. Just tell me now. I in doubt.
यस सर क्लियर क्लियर
Okay, good. So we have the same thing, but I'm using right now the different data set, that is the car data set. So I just need to show over here something, then you can understand in simple way. See.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
So can you please share this data set in the chat box so that we can also perform hands-on alongside you?
Yes, of course. So, okay, no problem. So just give me 1 second. I'm sharing the data set here. Then you can see. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing. I have shared it. It is visible. You all got? Yes, now I have shared the data set. That is a
Got it, sir.
cars.csv. Yes, got it? Okay, good. See, so what you can see in the data set, see, right now I'm sharing my screen with the runnable code, so you can see, but I will explain the code as well. See, here we have the some attributes. Those attributes recognized by the features we can say. So in the data set, attributes also known as the features. So here we have the car model. Okay, so car name, its model name, its volume, its weight, and a CO2. So how much is carbon to be generated by the car? So we have the some points over here. Here you can see there are some different features which describe the data set. So here we have the car, model, volume, weight, CO2. All these are the different features by which we can easily identify which one is independent variable and which one is a dependent variable. As we know, the model and volume and weight and each and everything is a required part, and CO2 is also important part for a car. There are other specifications, there are other features, but I am choosing only the limited information to explain purpose only. So over the over this shareable screen, you can see CO2 means the carbon, so which is to be generated by a car, and that is depend on the model and volume or weight. So can anyone tell me from these different kind of the attributes or features which could be independent and which could be dependent? Yes, tell me. Can anyone tell me? Yes, please tell me. Which one would be the independent variable or which one would be the dependent variables? Here we have the multiple independent variables. If we have, then what are those? Yes, please tell me. If you don't have any idea, then say no, else I can explain. Yes, please tell me.
Sir, car and model are dependent on each other.
Okay. So, okay. And
And
tell
CO2.
me, and which is a dependent, which is a independent?
Sir, car model and CO2 are dependent variables.
Okay, dependent. Dependent on which features?
Sir, the model of sir, the particular model is designed by the car brand, and the CO2 emission is also uh, उसी के साथ रहेगा वो
Yes, yes,
कार की
I agree this point. Now, see, weight of a
So I
car is a
think
not.
volume and weight will be
Ye-
uh, independent, and
independent.
CO2 will be dependent.
Okay, now you can now see this one. So weight and volumes are the independent. It doesn't mean, but COT is what? COT is depend on the volume and weight of the car. See, model is not a big issue. Model is just what is on the tag. But the engine which is required to generate carbon based on the volume of the engine or the weight of the engines, definitely we can say. And if we have the heavy car, so definitely it will generate the large volume of the carbon, definitely. So we can say in the practically, we can say in the real life, the weight and volumes are the independent variables. But COT means carbon, which is depend on the weight and volume of the car. Now, am I right? Is it clear to all?
Sir, please repeat this.
See, I'm saying carbon of a carbon definitely after fuel consumption, carbon to be generated. So carbon will be generated by a car, following by the its weight of the car and the volume. Okay, volumes to be generate volumes. And see, volume you can understand the carbon cubic. So how much? So you know the part that is a each and every engine having its own CC. CC means carbon cubic. So definitely the what is the volume of the car engines and what is the weight of the total cars. So definitely it is a required part, and weight and volume is independent variable because both are not required to think, but or both are not dependent on each other. But COT that is to be generated by the after consumption the power of fuel. So definitely what we have the carbon. So carbon is generated by a car followed by the its weight and volume, and of course engine play important role. So what is the engines? We have the some CC engines. That could be the 1200 cc, 700 cc, or maybe the 900, maybe the 2000 cc. So depend on the what kind of the car we are having. But you are looking for the car and model, so what it has. The car and model only the name and tag. So I'm using the XYZ model. So it doesn't mean. But how much XYZ model is generating the carbon, that is depend on the volume of the engine, and we can say the weight of the car. So suppose we have the heavy weight car, so definitely it will generate more and more carbon to move from one location to another location. So engine will pumping its fuel many times, so in the fast or very frequently to generate the carbon. So this is the reason. So that's why we can say the carbon is a dependent variable, and independent variables would be weight and volumes. Now this point is clear. Yes, now tell me, this point is clear right now? Which one is dependent, which one is independent?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after this understanding this point, what we need to do, we need to start the writing the code to identify the something. So what is something? What is the something means? We need to see if you're choosing, if you're deciding, or we are predicting the weight of a car or volume of the car. So definitely, so how much carbon to be generated by the such car. So we can assume and we can predict. Okay, so this is our prediction, and followed by the two important factor. One is the number of the independent variables, and are we using the multiple linear regression or normal linear regression. So here definitely we have the two multiple independent variables, so we can say we are using the multiple regression. From this point you can understand. Now I'm just reading the data, so same pattern I'm using just like previously or yesterday I have done. See, first I'm reading a data set. First I need to import some libraries. So those are the pandas library to get the to read the information from the data frame. NumPy is required to for the mathematical or numerical computations, and I'm just importing the linear model that is required to manipulate for training and testing data, and that is required to understand the concept as well. When talking about the some other model, so we have the training and testing split we will do, and we will select the linear model. So we will choose a linear regression model, but in the linear regression model we fit our model followed by the number of independent variables. So here you can see each and everything properly. So now starting the linear data set. So first I'm reading data set, I'm choosing the df is the name of the variable, and with the help of the pd object of the pandas library I'm just reading this car.csv file as I've shared into the MS Team as well. You can find over there. And I'm just getting the independent variable based information. Those are the weight and volume. So I'm choosing weight and volume columns or attributes of features we can say, and I'm just choosing CO2 features in form of the dependent variable. So here we have the y. So x and y will keep the information from the independent variable and dependent variable. I'm printing all the details over here as you can see over here. So I'm using the this point. So now we have the this point. So each and everything will be printed over here. Now it is separated. Weights and volume are the independent variables. Now here you can choose, you can see this is a CO2. So here we got the all the details. Now after that, what we need to do, whenever you have a doubt, then you can ask me what we need to do. We need to check how many columns it contains for understanding purpose only. So I'm using the syntax by which I need to see what are the various columns which are contained by this our car data set. So those are the car models, volume, weight, and CO2. So we can easily see by this command only. So I put it over here. Now, do you have any doubt right now? Then you can ask me. Yes, tell me. Any doubt so far? Yes, friend. Tell me, do you have any doubt? Then you can ask me right now.
No doubt, sir.
So far we have read the data from the data set. Okay, so we have done this activity. After this activity, what we need to do, okay, for your betterment, just let me rerun. Okay, just let me rerun. Okay, now it is run. Now I need to split the data into the training and testing. Why I need to do because our data should be used in form the training and testing data to model the our system. So how to model the system, or that is known as the machine learning model. So we need to build a model. So if we need to build a model, then how we can do? So first we need to split the data into two different form. One is a training data and the other one is a testing data. And with the help of the train underscore test underscore split method, we will divide the data into two different parts. One is a training and another one is a test. So here same syntax I am taking as we have seen into the previous class. So x train, of course, x feature, x axis based feature, because our information will be 2D nature. So we will divide our information xy value or xy pattern. So definitely x train and y train, y x test, y train, y test we have over here. So from the actual information which is contained by the independent variable and dependent variables, from the independent variable and dependent variable, we will divide our information into the different forms. So if you want to choose anything, then you can choose. If you want to opt anything, you can opt. It doesn't mean. So here I'm using the testing data 30% only, but if you want to represent your data into different format, then you can opt. There will be no issue. So first let me know total number of the column which is contained by our data set. So I'm just explaining over here. So here just let me know total number of the data set. We have the 35. After seeing this point, what I need to do, I need to split the data set into different format. So now I'm asking the question from the student, just tell me what would be the size of the testing data set. So according to your demand, according to your point, I will use a specific data set. Now tell me total number of the data, we have the 35, that is a n we can say. Now tell me the what percentage I should use for the data set in from the testing purpose. So tell me what would be the size of the test. Yes, please tell me. According to you, I will solve this question.
20%.
20%. So this point you can write the 02 or you can write the 20%. So how you can write the 20% total 100%? So 20% can be right. So you can use a 0.2. That is, we are saying we are putting the information or we are choosing the test size of the 20%. And random state is saying to that random information will be chosen from the actual data set. So testing data size will be the 20% from the random. Okay, so I'm choosing over here, and our rest of the 80% data will be gone through the training data. So I'm running this part, and after running this part, you can see the last part, that is the y train. So what would be the 20% of the 35% data? So you can easily say, can anyone tell me what would be the 20% of 35?
About 8, 9, 8, I think.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
7.
It's 7. Yes, of
Sir,
course, it's 7.
the total is 36. Data set
Is the
is
total
36.
36? Just let me check. Okay, yes, of course. I agree with this point. 0 to 35, so we can say we have the 36. Of course, I agree with this point. 0 indexing 0 to 35, so 36. So 36, I'm choosing. So it could be around say 1 to 8. So definitely depends on the its filter out data. So it just decide automatically. So it is not in our hand. It decided automatically by our method, that is the train underscore test underscore split. So here at the last point you can see how many information we are getting. So now see, you can see this is a point. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So from the 36 data we are getting the 8 data, and that is followed by the CO2, because I'm talking about right now the by test, that is the last part. So this is the information that is represented by the 20% testing data. The rest of the information that belong to the, it means 36 minus 8 that belong to the remaining, that is remaining data, that could be around that could be 28. So this 28 data will be the training data. So our model will be trained by the 28 data. So okay, so after understanding this point, now we need to move to the our building the model. So as you can see, as you can note down over here, we need to build the model. So how we can build the model? Of course, a linear regression. But you need to keep in mind we have the data in two form. One is a testing and training, and in training data and testing data, you need to keep in mind, my dear, once again you will have to keep in mind important words. our information of the testing on training data will contain two independent variable and one dependent variables. Okay, right now you haven't out, then you can ask me. Now let me show the proof over here. See, this is the weight and volume data. So this is what this is the testing data of the independent variables. Okay, and this is the training data. This is the 20 training data of the independent variables. Okay, so we have the information in form the training and testing, but of course we have the two independent variables. So right now we are implementing the multiple linear regression. Okay, so after understanding this point, what we need to do, we need to build the model, and after building the model we have to do some other activities. But let us explain, or let us understand this point properly. So how we can build the model? Of course, we will use the same code or same statement or same model or same class as we have done previously. That is linear regressions. So we will import this library into our system, and we will instantiate. Then how we can instantiate? Instantiate means we are talking about we are creating the objects. Okay, object of the model, and after creating the object of this model, our with this model is the name of the object, as we have seen the regression. So that is a user defined variable. You can take xyz, it's up to you. And after taking this variable, we will fit the model according to the our independent variable, dependent variable. So in the xtrain and bytrain, these two information will contain the some information of the independent variable, dependent variable, and definitely it contains the two independent variable and one dependent variable. So our model will be trained by the training data set. So after training data set, we need to predict our model followed by the testing data set. So is here. So what we are doing, we are using the training data set, or we can say data information, and here we are using the testing data set. Is it clear to all right now how we are building the model? Just let me know. Is it clear to all how we are building the model?
Sir.
Yes, tell me. Is it clear? Yes. Any doubt over here? Please, you can ask me right now.
No, sir.
Okay, good. So now next step, what we have to see, that is the model should be evaluated. A model can be evaluated by the any kind of the metrics, or any kind of the metrics means not a mathematical metrics. Here I'm talking about the measurement metrics. Okay, so from the measurement metrics we can see. So that is model will be evaluated. So model can be evaluated by the any method. So right now I'm showing with the help of the R2 score. See what is mean by the R2 score. So I have written over here for notes purpose, then you can understand. That is also known as the R square. So R square is basically sometimes we can say it is a R2 score, but it is not a R2 score. It is R square. Okay. So it can be evaluated by the R2 score. It is not R2. R2 here it is written R squared. So keep in mind this important point over here. So now comes to the moment of the truth. How well does the model perform? So here we need to see its performance, and that is a R square is the value or square which describe the performance. So how we can decide over here? Now you can say there are the many ways to evaluate the model. There are so many models. I will tell you into the some another example, and how we can see the statistics of the model, and that is known as the statistical model SM. So in the coming classes I will tell you, or coming lecture I will tell you with practically how the model will represent the its statistical pattern, and that is define the accuracy, different kind of the other factor like Z score and Z values and so on. So there's so many value. So I will tell you in some other day, but right now we need to understand only this part. So this is the first parameter which describe the its performance. So the performance of the linear regression model is evaluated by the R2, so R square. So R square gives the value between 0 and 1. So this is the point you need to keep in mind. The R square value will give the value 0 and 1. Okay, so here the higher the R square value, better the model. It means we have the good value, very close to the 1. So we can say that our model is perfectly fit to the our required information. So here I'm just running this code. Okay, after understanding this, just after executing building the model code, and let me run this code and see what would be the value. Now we are getting the R square value, that is the 40. and it lies between the 0 to 1. So how we can say? So from the sklearn library we will call matrix class, and from this class we have the r square method, that is r2 square method. So we will use this method to see, check on the information if we have the y prediction value and we have the y test value. So what is the prediction which is to be done by the prediction method, and from this point we need to check the score, what is the score of the model, and that is lies between the 0.4. It determined that we have the good model and which is close to the 50%. So if we have the higher R square value in the better, so we can say we have the better model. So this is the point. Okay, so this is to be generated by the automatically by the function. It is not user defined, but we need to call the function respectively, and we need to see how we are doing. So a model performance can be measured by the basic. We have the R square. After understanding this point, we need to predict some values. Suppose we need to predict the value of the carbon emissions of a car where the weight is 2300 kg or the volume is 1300. Okay, so after understanding this point we can predict some information, but I'm just putting a new value, then you want to put, then you can put. So just can you tell me what value I should put to get the information? Yes, tell me what value I should put to get the predict the my information. Just tell me what value. This is already executed, but if you want to, then I can write the another values. So predict the CO2 would be the my variable, and model that is already defined over here. Now you can see the model is already here. Here model is already defined the variable, and from this point I need to do something, but I need to predict the new values. So what I'm doing, I'm just passing the new value in two independent variables. So these are what I need to pass. I need to pass the two independent values, and that defines the my prediction. Okay, and that is the thing we can say we can get the predict the CO2. Yes. Now tell me what value I should choose to write over here. Just please tell me which value I should to write over here. What is the, according to you, what would be the weight of the car? Yes, please tell me. Tell me any value. Yes, tell me any value so I can modify my code.
3000.
Okay, so according to your car weight is 3000. Okay, I've done. And now next tell me what would be the volume of the engine of the car. So please tell me. Tell me any other value so I can update. And I need to check what would be the expected carbon to be generated by the car. Yes, please tell me from the data
1800.
set. 1800. So from this point we can predict the assumption we can say from the data set. So our model is learning the information from the past experiences. What is the past experiences? The data set. So from the data set the model is built, and after building the model, now model will predict the some information, and that is the point we can say we need to predict the its generated carbon or carbon emission to be done by the car. So let me execute this code and see what would be the expected results. So here we got the carbon emission will be done by the 116. Okay, so this is the point. This is the prediction. So you can update, you can put the new value, and you can find the each and everything from here. So what I'm doing over here, I'm just giving the, or I'm just putting the new value. So what I'm doing, I'm putting the new value to uh, get the prediction of CO2 emission. Okay, so this is my point. Okay, I just, sorry, this one dash, let me, yes, this is my point. Now is it clear to all right now? This is known as the multiple regression. Is it clear to all right now? Yes,
Yes,
please
sir.
tell. This code is clear. It is very simple code. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.